Meat. Previously, there's a rough patch in the campaign here that wasn't terribly interested in playing through, but for the end of it, let's give an honest attempt. Cry of the Storm. Final battle of regular StarCraft.
Executor, our plan worked perfectly. The Zerg defenses are broken, and the way to the Overmind is laid bare. The time for our stand has come.
Indeed. My friends, this is our final hour. Not all of us may survive the coming conflict. Yet, death may be a blessing should we fail here. We seek now to destroy a foe that has ravaged its way across the universe, consuming all in its path. And now, it has reached the end of its long journey. The Overmind has come to destroy all that we hold dear, and assimilate us into itself. And I say to thee, this shall not come to pass. Ire shall not fall. Executor, I stand ready.
As do I.
As
Well,
do
I guess
Jimmy.
All I have left is to see this through.
Jimmy's here.
The Zerg have taken everything from me. My home, my family, my friends. I know that nothing I do can bring those things back.
Jimmy, who has accepted that he has lost everything to the meat and will never be able to retrieve anything he liked or cared about from the meat.
I'm in.
Jim had friends? Who's your friends, Jim?
For Adun. For Ire.
Jimmy? Is there a family of other Jimmys? Were there a family of further Jimmys? Who knows?
Executor,
Anyway, we're here now.
this comes too late to you, but the Conclave has witnessed your defeat of the Cerebrate. They know now that they cannot deny the necessity or the valiancy of your actions. We sought to punish you, while it was we who were in error. You represent what is greatest in us all, and all our hopes go with you. Entaro Adun, brave sons of Ire.
Wow. Does that mean they're gonna send some backup for us?
Quality Jimmy.
Julio, for Ire.
SCV good to go, sir.
For Ire. So be it.
Side effect of the mechanics that gets reflected in the design of a lot of these campaign maps, there's a sizable backyard that they expect you to fill with supply buildings.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain?
So,
I'm waiting. So be it. For Ire.
the bootstrapping phase, where we get facilities online,
Be it.
and the action can begin. Alright, we already got a forge down here, so that's good.
SCV good to go, sir.
And wouldn't you know it, starting with twice as many workers as default, that immediately puts you a firm leg up in starting to do things. Also, playing the regular game rather than remastered, just I don't have remastered, didn't feel like picking it up.
Commander, let's move.
And it's the same game, that cuts back in the other direction. It's the same.
Good to go, sir.
It's all meat. I think my long-term plan here is to just climb the tech tree and then mass heavy air power on both sides. The usual.
Very well. For Ire.
Yeah. Those 3 ramps, 4 ramps. Really, 2 sets of ramps are the ways out of here. Let's go ahead and fortify those. And you don't even start filled with fighters. Cazadar, come on. Lives are at stake.
Jacked up and good to go. Orders, Captain? Give me something to shoot. Commander. Rock and roll. Give me something to shoot. Orders, Captain? You want a piece of me, boy? Standing by. SCV good to go, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? SCV good to go, sir.
I hear you. Will. Yes, Executive.
SCV good to go, sir.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. You get back here. Come home. You don't get yourself exploded in like the opening minute of the mission. Come on. Cazadar.
Not enough minerals.
What would anyone even do if Cazadar were just fucking dead?
Reporting for duty.
An unthinkable tragedy.
I read you. Right away, sir. I read you. Standing by. Let's move. Rock and roll, sir.
Part of this is balancing
Reporting for duty.
our investment between our Mind Force and our Jimmies.
Job finished. Commander, go, go, go. You want a piece of me, boy? I read you. Give me something to shoot. Yes, sir.
Gotta carefully calibrate the Jimmies.
Outstanding. Go, go, go. I
We
read
are
you.
under attack.
Give me something to shoot. Job
Yeah, those are working fine. Oh, shield upgrade.
Yes, Executive. For a
But I should set up a battery down here. At least one battery
Job finished.
in the home zone.
Not enough minerals.
I read you. Commander. Commander. Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Standing by. I read you. Orders received. I read you.
You have not enough
Right away,
minerals.
sir. Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me,
Additional
boy?
supply depots required.
Standing by. Job outstanding. I read you. Roger that.
You have not enough
Job
minerals.
affirmative. I can't build there.
Also, the fun side effect of this was a pretty good choice of a finale mission
Report
that
for duty.
they put forward the idea that each type of supply is in fact different and you can have them cohabitate.
Affirmative.
This is something that you wouldn't be able to do at all in regular play until Brood War, but having that on the table immediately, interesting stuff becomes possible. Imagine 400 supply army.
You want a piece of me, boy?
I hear you.
SCP good to go, sir.
You've not enough minerals.
Job finished.
You've not enough minerals.
You want a piece of me?
4 over here, 5 up here, so we should put another on this side. And that's probably enough cannon to feel reasonably entrenched, especially when we have the Gantrathor and all these Dark Templar. So, Brain Base is a little safe.
Piece of me, boy. Give me some of this shield, Commander.
We are under attack.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir? Did I read you? You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Did I read you?
Upgrade
Affirmative.
complete.
You want a piece of me, boy? Orders, Captain? Job finished. Standing by. Outstanding. Did I read you? Right away, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go. Reporting for duty. Did I read you? Job finished. You want a piece of me, boy?
Yeah, it's gonna be all manner of cruiser up here and all manner of carrier down here. We're boating up. It's time for boat fight.
Job finished.
Need to decide the fate of space. That means boats.
Piece of me, boy.
Upgrade complete.
Job finished.
And set up a little defense like over here to serve as anti-air. 'Cause that seems like a vector that's going to happen. Also, there's always reason to add more pylons to the base. So why not?
Yes, Executor?
Although we've nearly run out of this initial mineral field, so still looking around. Most of our material is over on the Jimmy side of the map.
Let's move.
Gotta be an expansion site around here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Where are the points I can protect it from?
You've not enough minerals. Very well.
Perfectly good cliff there. This nonsense keeping me from placing it optimally.
You've not enough minerals. I'm waiting.
And there's a ramp.
We are under attack.
Manageable. He big, but, you know, it happens. Ah. So the Jimmy side of things has low gas, but high mineral. So there's even a dynamic built into these two bases for how they resource.
Piece of me, boy. Commander.
We are under attack.
That bunker vacant.
Job's finished. Yes, sir?
Or no, that was a turret. More turrets are coming for.
This is Jimmy. You want a piece
That
of me,
bunker is
boy?
vacant.
Give me something to shoot. Commander, let's move. I read you. Yes, sir? You want a piece of me, boy? Job's finished. Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy?
There's not enough minerals.
Job's finished.
There is Julio.
You want a piece of me, boy?
For iron, so be it. Very well. Lima. For iron, Lima.
Alright, so if I set something up here, that would actually protect this entire plateau. Outside of, like, air raids.
You have not enough minerals.
That's a good thought.
Yes. Very well. Lima. So be it. Very well. So be it. Yes. So be it.
You have not enough minerals.
What did you leave?
We are under attack.
Reporting for duty. Anytime you're ready. Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Yes, sir? SCP good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Orders, Captain?
Lean in a little more on the SCVs.
SCP good to go, sir. I read you. Roger that.
Need some hardworking jimmies to keep the minerals flowing.
I read you.
Then, yeah,
SCP good to go, sir.
cannon up here. This is a reasonable recreation of my approach to playing RTSs back in the day. Very defensive, very methodical, very lazy.
SCP good to go, sir.
You have not enough minerals.
The core overarching strategy of build impregnable defense, build up giant death fleet at my leisure, roll over the map.
This should be good. Oh, yeah. Right on. Orders, Captain? Commander. Orders, Captain?
Now, of course, StarCraft contains some measures to discourage that, dissuade that, push back against that a little. Like, everyone has a gigantic heavy air unit for the purpose of breaking stalemates and snapping up on fortresses. These are here to punish turtling.
I read you. Affirmative.
They do it well.
You want a
Ish.
piece of me, boy?
They did it too well, was the problem.
Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding. Orders, Captain. Job's finished. You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Job's finished. Give me some issue. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty.
And yeah, the tactical nuke would be the other big anti-turtling measure in the game. You need at least some army to ride out and defend yourself from those.
We are under attack.
If you sit in your shell forever, it will break.
Job's finished.
Add-on complete.
Orders, Captain. Job's finished. Right away, sir. I read you. Roger that.
Add-on
I
complete.
read you. Yes, sir. You want a piece of me, boy?
You have not enough minerals.
Time to get started.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Although both of these are primarily mineral investments.
Job's finished. Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy? Job's finished. I read you.
I might want anything else to enrich the portfolio and absorb excess gas.
Job's finished. Orders, Captain. You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir.
Or I just go with it.
Orders, Captain. Rainer here.
You have not enough minerals.
Go, go, go. Commander, standing by. Job's finished. Jacked up and good to go. Reporting for duty.
Add-on complete.
Not enough
Add-on
minerals.
complete.
Because we have some excess gas.
Research complete.
Just a bit.
Job's finished.
A healthy surplus. We can...
Job's finished. SCP good to go, sir.
Battle cruiser operational.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
Yeah, 4 of each production building. That's probably more than I can reasonably sustain with my available income. So that'll work.
You have not
enough minerals.
I will spin each of these up to some target population, and then that'll be good to go.
Orders, Captain?
See, this is what I was talking about earlier. You have this backyard, you have this open lot to fill in with as much as you need.
Hailing frequencies open. Set a course.
We'll declare these group 2
Transmission.
as the build-up. And then the moment I have an ordinary carrier,
We are under attack.
alright, all you get up here. That is not enough cannons for this many lads.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I do this for iron.
Friends, kindly protect the robots. Come on. Also, don't wander off.
Yes, exactly.
You get back here. It'll help a lot once I can get these two forces to link up.
Upgrade complete.
Upgrade complete.
Battle cruiser operational.
Report for duty.
Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir? Orders, Captain?
You have not enough
Good to go,
minerals.
sir.
Receiving transmission.
Some damage happened.
Engage.
Orders, Captain? SCP, good
Hailing
to go, sir.
frequencies open.
I read you. Roger that.
Go ahead and save those before they burn down.
Reporting for duty. Job's finished. Orders, Captain? Yes, sir. Affirmative. I read you. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Receiving transmission.
SCP, good to
Not
go,
enough
sir.
minerals.
Job's
Not
finished.
enough
Job's
minerals.
finished.
Yeah, everything is mineral heavy in my current setup. I guess if I lean in on some Archons? Some Ghosts? That could help.
Not enough minerals.
Because that's just idle number there. That's getting wasted.
We are under attack. Not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
How may I help? Torakala!
Maybe an Arbiter. Couple of Arbiter. I could become the demons. At least I could set up some observers. a few helpful beats. And go ahead and fill in this blind spot.
Good day, Commander.
Yes, sir?
Right. Plagues. Plagues are a thing.
Orders, Captain?
Plagues are a thing that doesn't generate any alerts when they go off.
Raider here.
Receiving
Also, I have
transmission.
parasites. Great. Good times.
All crews reporting. Engage.
Yes, sir? SCV good to go, sir. Reporting for duty.
Hailing frequencies open.
I read you.
Upgrade complete.
I read you. Affirmative. Orders, Captain? SCV good to go,
All
sir.
crews reporting.
You have not enough minerals.
May need the jimmies to rat out and go do something.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Upgrade complete.
You have not enough minerals.
Right, robot facility.
Battle cruiser operation.
That necessary step.
All crews reporting.
I read you.
And fix it.
Anytime you're ready. Raider here. Orders, Captain?
Battle cruiser
Orders
operation.
received.
Hailing frequencies open. Engage. Make it happen.
Upgrade complete.
Receiving transmission.
Alright, let's go on the warpath for a bit.
Engage.
Upgrade complete.
Make it happen.
SCV good to go, sir.
Set a course. Make it slow. Engage. Make it happen. Engage.
SCV good to go, sir.
Set a course. Engage.
Where will we find some meat?
Set a course. Make it slow. Engage. Make it happen. Receiving transmission. Make it slow. Engage. Make it happen. Receiving transmission.
Well,
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Receiving transmission. Engage. Set a course.
I read you.
what a move, Plague.
Orders, Captain?
I hear you. Battle cruiser operation.
SCV good to go, sir.
Receiving
Orders,
transmission.
Captain? Yes, sir?
All crews
Go ahead,
reporting.
Commander.
All crews reporting.
Nice. The operation number.
Anytime you're
Receiving transmission.
All crews reporting. Nice.
Upgrade complete.
SCV good to go, sir.
We are under attack.
Okay, this is something you've been working on.
Enough energy.
Wow.
Receiving transmission. Set a course. Engage.
Yes, sir. Jacked up and good to go.
Receiving transmission.
Carrier has
Make it
arrived.
happen. Set a
Carrier
course.
has arrived.
Make it happen. Engage.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty. Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
All crews reporting.
Now, that was their investment on similar scale to me establishing this fleet.
Piece of me, boy. Commander.
So if we humor the idea that the AI is still mostly playing by the actual resource supplies, that may have been a win.
Jacked up and good to go. SCV good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain? I read you. You want a piece of me, boy?
I lost a couple of sheds.
Job's finished.
You've not enough minerals.
A mere handful of jimmies.
Engage.
Give me something to shoot. Go, go, go. I read you. Job's finished. You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go. Commander. Orders, Captain?
And if I wanted to get real cost effective, I could go into using supply depots as walls.
You want a piece of me, boy?
We are under attack.
Receiving transmission.
Roger that. Reporting for
All
duty.
crews reporting. All crews
Piece of me,
reporting.
boy.
Receiving transmission. Make it happen.
Alright, so I have reason to get a science vessel. I need to detect nerds. Meat nerds.
Good day, Commander. Set a course.
Trying to infest my boats with disease.
Give me something to shoot.
All crews report. Engage. Make it happen. Set a course. Take it slow. Engage. Make it happen. Engage.
I read you. Orders, Captain? Yes, sir.
Battle cruiser operational.
Reporting for duty.
Good day, Commander. All crews reporting.
Upgrade complete. We are under attack. Your command.
Good to go, sir.
Acknowledged.
Lower reporting.
Affirmative.
Greetings, Command. Let's roll.
All
Instructions.
crews reporting. Battle cruiser operation.
Give me something to shoot. Give me something to shoot.
warriors have
All
engaged
crews
the enemy.
reporting. Set a course. Take it slow.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Engage.
Reporting for duty. Right away, sir.
All crews reporting. Receiving transmission.
The joy of doing this before any of the automation existed.
Go ahead, Commander.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Standing by. You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go.
Good day, Commander. Receiving transmission.
You want a piece of
All
me,
crews
boy?
reporting.
Yes, sir. Orders, Captain.
Hailing frequencies open. Receiving transmission.
I read you. Orders received.
Good
Oh, they've
day,
replaced
Commander.
this immediately. Good.
Greetings, Commander. Want a piece of me, boy?
Receiving transmission.
Have you on visual?
Nice.
Orders, Captain. Yes, sir.
Good day, Commander.
Orders, Captain.
Give me something to shoot. You want a piece of me, boy? Rock and roll. Go ahead, Commander.
Good day, Commander.
Yes, sir.
All crews reporting. Good day, Commander.
We have you on visual.
At least the fighting gives me something to do while waiting for resources to pile up. Yeah, I got full air upgrades.
Hailing frequencies.
On the Jimmy side of things.
I read you.
We have peak gym technology.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Receiving transmission. Make it happen. Set a course. Make it happen.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Just in time for these minerals to be out. We need to migrate.
Orders, Captain.
Good day, Commander.
Means capturing these.
Hailing frequencies open.
Yes, sir.
All crews reporting.
Your command. Affirmative. Commencing.
Receiving transmission.
Yes, sir.
Receiving transmission.
We have you on visual. Affirmative, sir.
Hailing frequencies open.
We have you on
Hailing
visual.
frequencies open.
Yes, sir.
Complete.
All crews reporting.
And I will have the repair suits travel with the army.
Roger that.
Transmit orders.
Set a course.
Carrier has arrived.
Engage.
Carrier has arrived.
We have you on visual. Affirmative,
Reporting for
sir.
duty. Orders, Captain. I read you.
Good day. Engage. Take it slow. Set a course. Good day, Commander. Engage.
Well, there's the correct response to this.
All crews reporting. Set a course. Hailing frequencies.
We have density.
Make it happen.
Critical mass of violence is achieved.
Transmit orders.
Have engaged the enemy.
Commencing. Let's roll.
Reporting for duty.
Transmit
All
orders.
crews reporting.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Instructions. Commencing.
Good day, Commander.
Look at us. You have not enough minerals.
All crews report. Make it happen. Engage.
Yeah, did that the wasteful way. Oh, there's enough of these that I can just push down a single spore colony.
Reporting for duty.
So where is the rim?
Affirmative, sir. Commencing.
Right here. Alright.
Excellent. Let's roll.
Upgrade
They don't.
complete. Your warriors have
Nah, we'll build a fresh command center.
Reporting for duty.
You have not enough.
May as well continue to use that old
Orders
geyser.
received. Affirmative. Orders received.
Greetings, Command.
Make it happen. Set the course. Make it happen. Take it slow. Engage.
Orders received.
Receiving transmission.
You have not enough minerals.
Yes, sir.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
The problem, where I have just about run myself out of mineral. Hold on. Those already exist.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So we are migrating the original command center. This became necessary.
Orders, Captain.
You guys are just going to stop
Reporting for duty. Right
for a
away, sir.
while.
All crews reporting.
We have you on visual.
Receiving transmission.
Receiving
Hailing
headquarters.
frequencies open. Make it happen.
We are under attack.
Though the other suits I sent down there are dead now.
Set a course. Hailing frequencies open. Engage. Set a course.
Under attack.
Take it slow. Set a course.
Transmit orders. Affirmative, sir.
Good day, Commander. Hailing frequencies open. Take it slow. Receiving transmission. All crews reporting.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Orders, Captain. Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Good day, Commander. Make it happen. Set a course. Receiving transmission.
Greetings, Command.
Receiving transmission. Set a course. Take it slow.
SCP good to go, sir.
Make it happen. Set a course. Take it slow. Engage. Make it happen.
SCP good to go, sir.
Set a course.
Okay, there's at least more material up there that might not even be guarded directly.
Set a course.
That is perhaps like the intended expansion site I should have taken ages ago.
SCP good to go, sir. Orders received. Reporting for duty.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Some over there as well.
Hailing frequencies open.
Orders
Where are you going?
affirmative. Roger that.
Receiving transmission.
Don't wander off from the pack.
course.
read you. Affirmative.
Hailing frequencies open.
I read you. Roger that.
Good day, Commander.
I read you.
Look at us. You've not enough minerals.
Good day, Commander.
I'm finished. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain?
Hailing frequencies open. Receiving transmission. Good day, Commander.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Good day, Commander. All crews reporting. Receiving transmission.
Alright, plenty of material around, and taking out this cluster means we've mostly secured it.
Take it slow.
We're into things now. And we have fuel. And we're nearly ready to ride out from Protoss side of things as well.
Battle cruiser
Which, hold on,
operation.
where even is the Overmind in all of this? Roughly the center of the map, right? So we've nearly carved a path all the way there from the Jimmy side. If we now also start to move in with carriers, that will divide their attention.
Set a course. Make it happen. Set a course. Make it slow. Engage.
Reporting for duty.
Good day, Commander.
Orders, Captain?
Good day, Commander. Set a course.
I read you. Roger that.
Hailing frequencies open.
Yes, sir. Right away,
Hailing
sir.
frequencies
Yeah, let's get goal-oriented here.
Receiving transmission.
Your command.
Yeah, here's the other resource base. There's some symmetry going on here.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Never bothered to build an academy, so no, I don't have any scanners I could use to probe the map and confirm these things.
Hailing frequencies open.
Reporting for duty.
All crews reporting.
Affirmative.
Receiving transmission.
Your command. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Good day, Commander.
Look at us. Affirmative. Affirmative.
So the delay of attacks on a carrier makes them more vulnerable to scourges. That's neat.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Roger that.
Yeah, there he is. There's the boss meat. Target is in sight.
Reporting.
Let's go.
Receiving transmission. Hailing frequencies open.
All things considered, not that heavily fortified.
Good day, Commander. Set a course. Engage. Executor, the Overmind has been weakened, but I fear we have sustained severe damage ourselves. I will steer the Gantrathor into a collision course with the Overmind. If I can channel enough of the Dark Templar's energy through the hull of the Gantrathor, I should be able to bring swift death to the accursed abomination. Remember us, Executor. Remember what was done here today. May Adun watch over you.
And so, meat was solved. Forever. Okay, three mentions of Queen of Blades as title. In StarCraft the First. So there you go. Meat. Meat one. Meat 1, Act 1. Meat. "20 years ago, this changed everything." It's still alright. One of the best criticisms you could lay against something is that it was surpassed. They made this, and then they and others made better over time. Better and worse. As you do. Letting the credits roll. Manufacturing for the physical plastic discs this game was printed on. In physical plastic cases. I got my copy of this 20 years ago in the mail. It was delivered physically in a box. My physical copy of this might still be somewhere around here, even. I have a thing that I migrated a bunch of CDs into. Yeah, just like it's... yeah, over here. Here it is. Yeah, just this multi-disc thing, intended for storing music, but oh wait, you can fit a lot of software in one of these. Snap that open, see what's hiding in here. Long ago, before digital distribution, you would store your games library in a library of compact discs. Roller Coaster Tycoon, Corkscrew Follies, Theme Hospital, Dungeon Keeper the second, The Sims, just regular ass The Sims, the first one. Earth 2150, Unreal 2K4, Shadow of Chernobyl. My French copy of Homeworld 2? SimCity 2000? There's no way that's going to run on anything here in the distant future. Total Annihilation. Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne. Now there's something in need of a revisit, and that's digitally distributed. They made sure to port that. That's still sold via Blizzard. That's still played on the line. Civ 3. Command and Conquer, the first one, before it was retroactively labeled Tiberian Dawn. Good that I have those there. There's actually an open source port of, like, the first generation of Westwood RTSs. Tiberian Dawn, Doom 2000, and Red Alert 1. And, like, mechanically it's all there, and if you have the original discs, you can even import the cutscenes and the soundtrack and all of that into your install of that, so I'll be able to do that if I want to revisit those. No, not StarCraft. Physical StarCraft is hiding somewhere else. Scads of kilometers away. Interesting that the credits for the remaster are here in Anthology. I guess it saved them the effort of making 2 credit sequences. If they're gonna make updated credits, just here they are. Skip them with both. The people who worked on the remaster probably also worked on the port for Anthology, for as much work as the port probably needed proportionally. So here they are. Folks from Blizzard now. The future. Where, to put this into a bit of a larger my body of work context, this is what I was into 20 years ago, during the time that, you know, the PSX JARPeg Renaissance thing that I routinely rip into was happening. I got none of that, I got way into these. I tried a lot of good and bad PC RTS games from that era, when that got a turn as being the big genre everyone made one of to cash in on it. This happened, and then the swarm descended. So for a lot of those, it would be difficult to find ways to get them to run on modern hardware outside of, like, setting up a virtual machine of Windows XP. Or 98. Or beyond. Some of the classics have gotten open ports, or got spiritual successors down the line. Still, though, revisit, like, Total Annihilation, the first. That was one of the big ones that tried something fundamentally different about how to real-time, and did it very well. You can get most of that experience out of grabbing, like, Supreme Commander or Planetary Annihilation. Man, there was a lot that it got right from the start. And a lot that was, you know, 1997 weird jank. of early experimental video game. But then it also had things like, okay, we're gonna make your weapons fire projectiles on trajectories through space in 3 dimensions and hit whatever they land on. We're gonna give you artillery units that actually reach really damn far, like many screens of range. Use them to support things. It is understandable that this genre is a bit dead right now. It's due for a comeback. There's much good that can be had here. There were a lot of quirks and flaws and drawbacks that made their way into its early DNA. But we can fix those. It's the future. These are some large credits. It's also the case that 20 years ago, development studios were much smaller. It's the future, and now there's a lot more names to mention. Here's the European Customer Service Department for Blizzard. Circa last year. Here they are. That's them. The entire European Customer Service Department. There they go. Comparatively much smaller customer service Korea team. I suppose, yeah, they just have to cover 1 language, whereas the Euro department has to cover, like, 20 languages. So they would need more personnel. Ports. "20 years ago, there were no sports. Not a single electro sport. It's also a case about the companies getting larger and, like, the rules of who you put in your credits changing. Like, here's the finance HR team. And the HR information team. The talent acquisition team, which is separate from the HR team. But you can notice a similar thing if you go and watch old cinema. The credits in older feature films will be very short, because they're, like, at that time only obliged to mention, like, the actors and the very highest level members of the production staff, rather than needing to drill down into, like, all the stage crew, all the prop designers, all the grips, all the technicians. Whereas today, we just kind of get a complete snapshot of the entire roster of the company that made this item. These people manage the data! They systematize the data! Gandalf Bram. The entire world and also America. Now that would be a powerful gag to do, have procedural credits. Set up a Markov chain to generate bottomless credits. Make up job titles. Bring names together. Sort them into groups of various sizes. These folks directed and managed the marketing of It's StarCraft! It's still here! That thing that's been around for 20 years, it's still here! You can just get it! Here it is! Team of top minds who marketed meat. We made it, and it was popular, and it's still popular. And we're done. Good meeting. International publishing, which is not the Globe or North America. So we have Globe, we have North America, and we have Internation. as three separate planes of existence on which business must occur. What does the international branch do that the global branch doesn't? Like, I actually wonder, because there must be some kind of legal quirk or business distinction that makes those different ideas. Like different trade blocks or something that they need to match up with the laws of. Okay, so this team secures the globe, but do they secure the internation or the America? Does only the globe need securing? Vulnerability research, that's the security team up there. Part of security work is checking for flaws in your system so people don't steal your data. You actively probe for weaknesses so you can fix them. Day 2 of credits for StarCraft Anthology. That is a lot of names to engineer the mobile and the web. And now the family of every other name you saw on this list. Bring them all in. Because these are alphabetized by surname, you get to see the families in little blocks. Now let us tell you, every child that was born to a member of Blizzard over the last 20 years. Give you the full Blizzard genealogy. Alright, if we're getting to software licenses, we're close to the end. You always put these near the end. Once we get around to thanking WebM and Zlib and Ogvorbis. Thanks, Og. You're good sound. Yes, and then we thank the children of Obvorbis, Obvorbis' family. Let's thank all the browsers we used. A credit for Perl-compatible regular expressions. Yeah, all of JSON, that scans, yeah. Let's thank HTTP, we wouldn't be here without it. Libtomath. Wait, you're putting the localization teams for each language after the software licenses? Well, here's all the Brazilian voice cast, and writers, and testers. The new meta for credits priority. Software in the middle. Because we have a studio called Albion, but we aren't mentioning which languages they provided to the game. Going by the names, that's... Okay, Polish Recording Studio? Yeah. Yeah, which team they are buried a little deeper in than their main credit. They might cover multiple languages. So if they're an East Europe studio, why are they called Albion? What's the story there? Okay, they're also doing the German. At the least. How many languages will be covered by Albion? And Castilian. Okay, so maybe they're like a pan-European, like a full continental studio. But then why was the Italian team from an entirely different company? What's the story there? Where we have this everyone but Italy localization studio. Yeah, because they're also doing the French. So we have this continuous belt of coverage. Wait, Grommash? Innkeeper? And yet Diablo was there a little while ago, huh? Are there Easter eggs that they put into the French version of the game, but not... Yeah, did they copy over credits from a different project that these folks did for them? And yeah, now we also have Russian. We're still inside Albion. Fascinating. And the Japanese localization is still Albion. So they did everything but Italy and Brazil through this one company. We made it. And now it just stops here. And that was everyone who made StarCraft. All of these names are part of the meat. Next time, Meat War.